Hello everyone, it's Emma here from Torty Troublemaker Designs, and this is another video in my sort of little series of how-tos of the Weavy Pentagram pattern, which is one of my patterns. This video I just wanted to show you how to nest a little pentagram within another pentagram. So this was one of the examples you've already seen where you've got the star or pentagram within a hoop, and then I've nested another Weavy pentagram within, so I want to show you how to do that. So this is obviously a much bigger star frame, and then I'm going to put a little pentagram in the middle. So I've got this little pentagram to the point where I've done my foundation rows and I've joined it, and I have close the gap as well at the bottom. I've sewn in that end and close that up just to make it easier for us. Now this was based on a foundation double crochet length or single crochet in US terms of a multiple of 2 plus 3, so it was 9. So we're going to be working quite small on this, and we're going to join it into this pentagon. So I wanted to just show you how to do that. So we've done our chain 2 and joined our pentagram together. So we're going to chain 1 and do a double crochet or single crochet in US terms. And then because this is based on a multiple of 2, we're going to double crochet 2 together or single crochet 2 together in the second stitch on this arm and the second stitch down on this arm. So obviously this is all explained in my other videos. So we're going to do a single crochet or double crochet into the next stitch and then into the chain 2 space. And then what we want to do is chain 1, and we're going to drop the loop. So I'm going to just turn this, and we want to pull the loop, so where these are sort of crossing over, we're going to join into there. Now don't be too fussy or worried about where you're going through, it's just where it looks like it's crossing, and you want to go through kind of the foundation chain is what it actually is. So I'm just actually thinking, no, I think it's going to be that one, and then the foundation chain of the one underneath, like so. And when you go through the one underneath, you want to just check that you're only picking up the chain. That's it. Then we're going to put the loop back on our hook and then pull it through both of those and then chain 1, which is going to secure it. And then we're going to do another double crochet into that chain 2 space. So we're going to double crochet into the next stitch and then do our double crochet 2 together. So into the second, and then the second one down on this side, into the next one, double crochet, and then into the chain 2 space, double crochet. So we now want to join into our next point. So this is going to be a very, very tiny little star, but it should look quite cute. So we're going to chain 1, drop the loop, find where we think our sort of crossover is happening through the foundation chain of your top, your overlay, and then through the one directly below, just making sure you're only picking up the chain through both loops, and then pop your loop back on your hook. And then pull it through both of those with a chain 1. So then another double crochet into the chain 2 space, double crochet into the next one, double crochet 2 together on the second stitch down on both legs, I think the star in this one's going to look a bit sort of more like a puff star actually, but that will be quite sweet, I think. So it won't look quite as defined as that one. You need sort of quite a big pentagon to do this, so you know we're just fitting quite a small one in here. So chain one, same again. So wherever you think that kind of join over is. I haven't been too descriptive with this part because I kind of want you to kind of feel your way a little bit with this bit as well, just to give you some confidence to have a play with this pattern really. Chain one to secure it, and then another double crochet in 2 chain space, another double crochet 2 together into the second stitch down. So ideally really when you're working with a multiple of 2, you don't get so much of the star shape really, but a little puff star is really cute too, I think. It's like a little starfish, which is these little cushion starfish, which are really lovely. Chain one. So this is all in the written pattern as well. This video is really just to help you if you need some visuals. Right, so my chain 2 space is there. So we're getting round to the beginning now. Right, so then into the chain 2 space, it's the same again. So double crochet, chain 1, drop the loop, pick up, just realise that I'm picking up kind of all of the stitch, so you just want to make sure you're going through the chain like so. Chain 1, now we've just got to do one last double crochet into there, and then you can either slip stitch or do the invisible join. I'm going to slip stitch I think for this one. So I've slip stitched to the first double crochet, just going to pull that through. And then that's such a cute little star. So I'm just going to weave that end in, just so we can try and pull. Just going to pull that through there. Try and hide that slip knot. So you could have done the invisible kind of closure as well if you wanted to. I really encourage you to make this your own, so please feel free to you know to do that. Okay, let's just cut that off. There we are. We've just nested another little pentagram into the star there. So we create another pentagon in the middle, so it might be easier to see on this one. There's a little pentagon in the middle, or in fact even this one will show it a bit better. You've got a pentagon in the middle, so you can infinitely nest the pentagons, but obviously pentagrams I should say, but obviously you know it's going to depend on how much space you've got. This would be too small to nest one in, So, you know, it's just working out how much space you've got, and working out the distance between is very much like how I showed you on the hoop in the previous video. So, you know, once you've got a feel for how this pattern works, I'd really hope that you'll be able to go and kind of edit it, or to work with it to fit any hoop, any star, or even not, you know, if you don't want to mount them, just have little pentagrams. That would be really lovely as well. So I hope you've enjoyed these videos, and I would love to see your Weavy pentagrams if you have a go. Thanks everyone.